Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sports Season Podcast, Episode 1 here. I am here with Ben.
Yes, you are. We got a blue snowball here. Landon's going to order his pretty soon because he heard me talk and he was blown away.
For real.
So
Ben
that's where we're
actually
at right now.
sounds insane. Like, the quality is insane, and I'm looking on Amazon, and it's literally only $60 for the blue snowball ice versatile USB microphone and a pop filter.
Very much worth it. I didn't use it a lot at first, but I ended up using it more and more over time. And right now, I'm clearly using it, and you can see the pop filter. We'll get a little pop filter test right here. Can't even tell.
So basically, in this podcast, obviously our channel is called Sports Season, so there will be some sports news brought to you guys. But it's just kind of like a cool, like, little chill out that me and Ben are gonna have, and you can like listen to while you game or just hang out, and that's kind of what we're gonna go for.
It's going to be about 80% sports, 20% lifestyle, 80-20 split. As of right now, it's been 100% life, but we're just giving it a quick introduction. This is the pilot episode, so you got to give them that boring introduction, I guess.
True. All right, so I'm currently on Twitter, and I'm on the NBA free agency page. The newest tweet: the Pacers waived Monte Ellis.
Yeah, his production rate was terrible
Yeah.
this last year. I'm going to pull up his player efficiency rating right here if I can get this figured out, because that was probably his worst year in his career.
Yeah.
And the Pacers need to make a lot of moves if they want to still be considered an NBA franchise, because right now they belong in like the D League because
That's very true.
I don't know what was going on with that Paul George trade.
Yeah. I mean, like, they wanted to get something for him, but they didn't get, they got Oladipo and freaking Sabonis. And
Yeah, I don't know what they were
Oladipo
thinking with that.
was not that good last year for OKC. So, who knows what
Here we go. Monte Ellis. He was legit when he was back on the Warriors. Here we go.
Yeah, I know, back in his heyday.
So he's averaged 18 points across his career, and last year he averaged 8 points in 27 minutes a game. So he had a career low despite his rookie season, he had a career low in minutes and points.
Wow. Yeah, freaking. And then, okay, so that's whatever. It's like, it's Monte Ellis, who freaking cares. But the Warriors got Nick Young. Like, are you serious? Like, the rich just got richer.
And Omri Caspi, so another.
Yeah. Like, they added 2 bench options for 3-point scenarios, which is basically all they freaking do is shoot threes. So, I mean, that's ridiculous. Another interesting tweet here. There was a three-way trade between. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're like FaceTiming and doing this like at the same time, so it's very interesting. Anyway,
It's probably not a good idea.
the Hawks. Okay, so the Hawks, Nuggets, and Clippers had a 3-way trade. The Hawks received Jamal Crawford and Diamond Stone in a 2018 first-round pick in a sign-and trade with the Nuggets and Clippers. So what the heck did the Nuggets and Clippers get? I don't think anything. I mean, maybe some cash considerations, but
I don't even know what that means.
yeah, cash considerations.
That's stupid. The Clippers are actually making a lot of good moves for their roster. I thought they were going to be terrible, but they ended up getting a lot of people.
I want to kind of look up their projected starting lineup.
I think, it was like Patrick Beverly. I think Austin Rivers.
Yeah.
Who else? They got Allen Anderson, Luke Mbamute, Bryce Johnson,
Okay.
Wesley Johnson, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. That core of Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan apparently is there to stay. I didn't think they were going to stay there because DeAndre Jordan had a fail when he tried to go to the Mavericks a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And Blake Griffin, I thought he was for sure going to go to OKC.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. This is a good website. Well, it so says they have Jamal Crawford, but they don't. And and this is interesting. I don't really agree with this, but it says that they would start Pat Bev, and then it has Jamal Crawford, but he's gone. So you can scratch him out and maybe start Lou Williams or Wesley Johnson, probably Lou. Austin Rivers, Sam Decker, no, not Sam Decker. They would start Blake Griffin there and then DeAndre Jordan. I don't know why I would have them starting Sam Decker, but that's interesting. Maybe because when it was upgraded, they had he was still a free agent, but
Yeah. So another interesting news: the Celtics got Gordon Hayward in perhaps the most long-awaited, my opinion, overhyped move.
The Gordon Hayward conspiracy.
Yeah.
He
that was
because people were spreading the rumors before he wanted to announce it that he was going to the Celtics. So low key he got scared for some reason that they were leaking it, and he was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna back away and continue my thoughts of where I'm gonna go," when he was gonna go there anyway. So why would he? I don't know. I mean, it was his first time in free agency, so I don't think he handled it the best way possible. But
yeah, I mean, it's his first time pretty much being an all-star.
True.
I think this might have been his first year as an all-star.
True.
So anytime you see someone having to handle that type of pressure, it's different because right now you're looking at their lineup. It's most likely going to be Isaiah Thomas, Avery Bradley, Gordon Hayward, maybe Jay Crowder, the power forward, and Al Horford at the center. But I mean, if Jason Tatum ends up playing well, they could throw him in there.
Yeah, and actually, I was watching a video on YouTube, and the dude was saying that the Celtics were looking to make a trade for Marc Gasol.
I did see that, and I have a feeling they're going to do the power forward center combo of Al Horford and Marc Gasol, which could be deadly, but I'm fairly certain Marc Gasol's contract is a bit much, so they would have had to give up a lot. I can go look. So he makes $20 million a year. And if they were looking to give people up, I mean, their biggest contract is Al Horford at $27 million. The rest, it's $8 million, $4 million, $6 million, $1 million, $4 million, $5 million. So they would have had to figure out some situation where they got rid of multiple people and still ended up with him. But that would have been deadly against the Cavs.
Yeah, right now I'm looking at pickup options for the Blue Snowball microphone. 773.
Yeah, that'd be a good investment.
Yeah, I don't right now I'm using a freaking Rock Band microphone, so order now for pickup.
Yeah. And speaking of the Celtics, I just do not see a way that they go past the Cavaliers.
Oh, for real.
I don't understand why there's. I mean, obviously you get excited to get someone like Gordon Hayward. That's a good player, but I mean, they know deep down. I know they say they believe they can beat anybody, but that's just not going to be the case.
Well, and the West has. The West. The East has gotten so much significantly worse throughout the course of the off season.
It's gonna be an interesting All-Star game.
I know. So I mean, if I'm chilling as a free agent, I'm gonna head to the East because my team's making the playoffs. So
I feel though the reason why LeBron didn't do anything because they were getting at him for being like, oh, he's the best player in the world. He has to be the GM of the team. Blah blah blah. He has to. Be in all these roles, but by not doing anything, I think they got better.
Yeah, for real.
Because the East got tremendously worse. The Pacers, who were, I mean, honestly, those games were decided by 5 points or less. Most of those games in the series this year, they could have easily gone to Game 7.
Yep.
And Pacers are out of their way. Celtics, they'll see in the Eastern Conference Finals, but I think that'll be done in 5 or 6 at the most. There's really no other team I can think of. The Bucks are somewhat on the rise. They're still about 5-6 years away at least from being anywhere significant. I'm going to go to the playoffs bracket from last year and take a look at that. The Wizards, I really wanted them to get Paul George. I wanted to see that happen.
Oh yeah, the Wizards have some Bradley Beal and John Wall. Those are two very good guards.
That core of John Wall, Bradley Beal, and Paul George, I think they could have taken the Cavs to 7. I definitely think they could have. They wouldn't have beat them, but I still think they could have taken them to 7. Yeah, the Bulls are. Wow, they're gonna. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're trying to tank.
They lost Jimmy, and oh yeah, they got Zach LaVine and who else did they get for him? I don't even know.
Lowry Markkanen.
Oh gosh. What?
Yeah. So Bulls are out of the equation. They're going to be a 30-win team at the
Mm,
most, I feel. Wizards could make a case for the 3 seed. Hawks, I bet they'll make the playoffs as that 7 or 8 spot.
yeah.
Toronto will be up there.
Yeah, because they kept Lowry, I think, right?
They're not gonna cause any problems though
Yeah.
for LeBron. Milwaukee, years away. You got Cleveland, obviously, and then Indiana. I don't think they're even going to be in a playoff spot. I think the Heat might take over that
Yeah, the
as the
Heat.
7 or 8 seed.
Yeah.
It won't be too bad. And then in the West, you have. I'm just going to go from top to bottom here. Golden State. I'm not going to say anything about that. San Antonio. They're never going to be bad as long as Pop is there. I don't think they made any moves this offseason, though, but it doesn't matter because they're not losing anybody. They'll still be a 1, 2, or 3 seed. And then we got the 3 seed Houston. That's our team.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. And they picked up Chris
You
Paul.
already know about it.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Mm-hmm.
Still maybe in the works for Carmelo. We'll see how that turns out.
Right.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean,
Yeah.
our offense would be tremendous, but we would give up a lot of
Defensively,
points.
Yeah,
Yep. If we can do that and keep Trevor Ariza, I like that move.
definitely.
But the Knicks didn't want Ryan Anderson, so I don't see how.
Yeah.
Another way I was thinking, though, is if we go ahead and – because I'm pretty sure Jamal Crawford did a sign-and trade with the Hawks,
Mm-hmm.
which would hurt a little bit for keeping our value. But I think if we get rid of – maybe do a 3-team trade, get rid of Gordon and Ariza, and we keep Anderson and we get Jamal Crawford, I think that's a good move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Would that
thoughts.
also be with getting Carmelo though, or no?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, then that'd be a good deal right there.
It'd be the Knicks, Hawks, and us.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I'd be.
And
down
then the
with that.
Clippers, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year. Maybe.
Oh yeah, can we,
'Cause
the West is hard, but I mean they have a pretty decent team.
I just think Minnesota will at least make it.
Yeah.
And then Utah, they're not going to make the playoffs.
No.
They're done.
Minnesota
this-
is gonna be pretty decent though.
They will. Depends on how they work together. Then you have OKC, who I think will be a 5 seed, 5-6 again.
They got Paul George, huh?
Yeah. Memphis, they'll squeak by, probably find a way to get in there.
If they keep Mark.
Yeah, if they keep him. If they don't, then
If they don't keep him, then
I don't
bye-bye.
see that happening.
Yeah.
And then, sorry, I had to shut my blinds real quick. And then Portland.
They're so weird because they have freaking Lillard and McCollum, but besides that, it's like
they are weird. So we know these. I'll give you the floor in a minute, but we know these moves that we've seen in this free agency this year have been interesting.
mm-hmm.
I think the 2018 free agency is going to be even better because there's a lot of people that signed 1-year deals.
True.
And LeBron will be gone next year. And there's an interesting rumor going around that Chauncey Billups tried to become I believe, either the GM or the president of basketball operations there,
Mm-hmm.
and out of nowhere just withdrew his name.
Yep.
And I think because when you have that much firepower as LeBron does, I feel as if you talk to LeBron, LeBron said, "Look, I'm probably not going to be here the next year, so you're going to be dealing with a mess of a situation."
For real.
So I think Chauncey Billups withdrew because LeBron. I think he's headed to LA. I think he's headed for that part 3 of his career. We've seen it in all sorts of people everywhere. I'll use Michael Jordan as an example. He's always a standard for anything.
True.
Rookie year, I'm just going to score as many points as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever I can. Second part of his career, I'm going to win all these titles. Third part, he went to a cruddy team, went to the Wizards, changed his number, just rebranded himself, and it was really for his brand.
Mm-hmm.
I feel as if LeBron's going to try to rebrand himself, go to LA, start something new there. I think Paul George will join him.
Wow.
Maybe even a Kevin Love situation, something along those lines. But I think he's going to try to win
Yeah, talk
another
about
championship or two.
Showtime in LA with Paul George and LeBron James. That city would literally freak out, and the Clippers
That would be
will
nuts.
butthurt because they're gonna suck again.
The franchise is cursed.
For real. Yeah, I'm just trying to look here. Yeah, I think is it official that Otto Porter's going to the Nets?
So he signed like a max deal. I don't think he's worth a max deal at all.
Yeah,
Maybe in a Nets situation, they're the saddest franchise in the
true.
league right now, and the Wizards plan to match it.
Okay.
That's a waste.
Okay. Yeah, that's a
Because
lot
I
of
mean,
money on Otto Porter. I mean,
it's a
like
lot.
for in the Nets case, it's like you have to get somebody, you know.
I
But
mean, he averaged 13, 6, and 2 steals a game about so,
mhm.
and he was making $4 million a year before. That was his rookie
And that's
contract.
that's also playing with John Wall and Bradley Beal, which makes it kind of easier because he
So
won't have to
maybe
pay.
matching that would be a good situation.
Hmm.
Because I mean, he does show promise. He's only his second season. He's only 24. He could be a future All Star.
Hmm.
You can say that about a lot of people, though. Ooh, you can say that about a lot of people, though. But yeah, and if you take a look at his per 36 stats, it's about 15 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. So it's decent. I like to compare him to Trevor Ariza.
Hmm. Macklemore is going to the Grizzlies. No one cares.
No one cares about that.
Uh,
Huh.
wow. So the Kings also offered Otto Porter.
Now, since it's a max contract for all 3 teams, I would much rather go to the Wizards
Yeah.
because you're making the same amount of money.
Yeah, I'm like
I
I'm
mean,
like
I
just going
just
down. It says, oh yeah, so he agreed to the deal with the Nets, and then the Wizards are gonna match it.
yeah. So
So I guess he wants to go to Brooklyn, but he can't because they're gonna match it, and he's gonna stay in
yeah,
Washington. I mean, that's kind of win-win. I mean, he's gonna accept it, and he's still gonna
yeah.
get all that money. So
I feel I'm gonna make. We should make our worst team, best team predictions right now. Obviously, the best team prediction will not be that hard,
worst team, best team.
but
My goodness.
yeah, I mean, best team. It's gonna be the Warriors.
Hmm.
Clearly, they're not losing anything.
And they're gaining.
Pisses off the entire basketball fan base.
Yeah, and they're
And
gaining freaking Nick Young
Nick
and
Young,
Caspi.
Omri Caspi, maybe even Jamal Crawford.
Hmm.
That was, man, that's a tough pill to swallow. But
17, there we go.
I see them going about 68-14, maybe 70 wins.
Hmm.
Because Durant was injured for part of last year, so that ruined their record a little bit. But
Hmm.
I mean,
Worst team. Well, maybe. I mean, the Nets. I mean, they're not gonna get Otto Porter because they're gonna match the offer. I mean, unless they make any more moves, like I don't really see the Nets being anything at all.
they didn't have any draft picks either.
And they got rid of Brooke Lopez and they got D'Angelo Russell. So
I think they're going to be the worst team. I see them winning no more than 20, 24 games.
yeah, yeah. Last year they went 20-62. So I think they maybe win like a few more games, but not that many.
Maybe not. I was going to put the Kings in a
Mhm.
close second
True.
with, I would say by the end of the year, their starting lineup will probably be um, De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield. Rudy Gay will not be there. So De'Aaron Fox,
Mhm.
Buddy Hield, maybe
They
Tyreek
they
Evans.
got Zach Randolph and George Hill.
They did. So those are 2 good pickups. That's why I didn't put them last.
Mm,
So they're not going to be terrible. I'm put them at 30 wins, 28,
yeah.
something along those lines. They did get Frank Mason, Jayhawk. I think he's underrated,
Hmm.
but so is everyone on Earth.
He's pretty good.
Yeah,
Amazing. He's shown a lot of toughness.
he has. I'm going to take a look at last year. I think the Suns were one of the worst teams. I think they might have been the worst.
No, last year the Nets were the worst. The Suns were the worst in the West last year.
In the West.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
I missed football season.
Yeah, that's way more exciting to talk about. We're going to have a full-blown LSU podcast
Oh my goodness.
at
for
some
real.
point. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, from bottom to top, Suns 24-58 last year. I think Devin Booker will be an all-star next year.
Definitely.
I think Josh Jackson will have a decent rookie year. think they're going to grow together. I think they'll be better. Lakers will be better.
Mm-hmm.
Timberwolves will be way better.
Obviously.
But it's interesting to see because honestly, you put the Mavericks, who were the 11th team in the West
Mm-hmm.
last year,
Mm-hmm.
I think they were better than like the Pacers or the Bulls, who were the 7 and 8 in the
Yeah.
East. It's crazy.
Yeah. What have the Mavs done in the offseason? Like nothing again?
They got um, Dennis Smith Jr. in the draft,
Oh,
who
the
I think will be
draft.
good.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. The funny part is the Celtics in the East, who were the 1 seed, would have been the 4 seed in the West.
Wow. Ha! Good old Western Conference. That is like literally insane. Like how one conference can be so absolutely just loaded and the other one is absolutely not.
Well, it was bad before, and it got even worse.
Yeah, like there's like no balance at all.
None whatsoever.
I don't even understand that. But like
Hmm.
I saw some tweet it was like should there even be conferences in the NBA because it's so like unbalanced? Like should they just like have like I don't even know how they would do that, but
Hmm.
maybe just like have like divisions and like no conferences. I don't know. But then it's like how do you take like the playoffs? Like do you just have like a 1 through 16 seeds instead of like 1 through 8? So like one plays 16.
I think it's kind of like 1/4 of a NCAA bracket. It's
Mm-hmm.
how they would do it, and it'd be
True.
1 through 16.
True.
And
I
you
see.
do the.
I wouldn't mind that honestly.
It'd be interesting too because you would put. Let's see here. I think if I saw it correctly, I saw someone did like a mock one,
Mm-hmm.
and the Cavs, because they kind of rested and didn't try super hard in the
Mm-hmm.
regular season.
Mm-hmm.
I think they would have been playing the Wizards in the first round,
Wow.
which would have been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And the Warriors wouldn't have had the easiest path. They would have had to play, um, Chicago, and then maybe the Clippers or the Jazz in the second round, and then in the third round, maybe someone like the um, Raptors, even Rockets, or even so. I mean, it's not necessarily doesn't even get even easier for them.
Yeah, I would really like that actually. I might do like a video on that on our channel, like a 2K video, and
There
try
you
and
go.
like just like cancel out conferences. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I'll try and find a way in my league, and just see like how that would work out. Because that'd be really cool just to see, like how teams would act and like how players would act like with like no more conferences. You know what I'm saying?
That is very much true.
Like at the same time, like why do people keep going to the West when they already know like the West is so good? Like, are they like that afraid like of LeBron? Like,
He does seem to scare people away.
cause I'm like, why wouldn't like I'm finna like go make a super team like in the East? You know what I'm saying? Like the East is so much easier like than the West. I'd be like, okay, I'll take it. Like, say I'm like I don't know, say I'm Paul George next year, right? I would like instead of going to the Lakers, which obviously like the Lakers have like a massive market and like that's why he wants to go there. But like, say like I go to the Hornets, and I take a massive pay cut, and then like we like make a super team. I mean, I guess players are just kind of like so caught up in like the money and like the environment, because like, I mean, I mean like besides like some of the northeast teams and like Chicago, some of the East teams are kind of boring, like in terms of like environment,
Hmm.
Whereas the West has like all the LA teams and stuff like that, because these guys obviously like have lives too, so it's not just like because like I don't know like, who would want to go to Charlotte and take a pay cut. So,
Dwight Howard, because he sucks.
uh, let's talk about Dwight Howard.
Uh,
I know, what a horrible topic. So me and Ben are like big time Houston Rockets fans, so we definitely kind of followed Dwight as he was in Houston. He wasn't anything too spectacular. He had his moments and he had his games, but just like as an overall player, he wasn't as exciting as I thought he would be. Obviously, ever since his Magic days, he hasn't been the same type of player, and he did get injured. But it's really fascinating to me to like see how fast guys can fall off from being like extraordinary players in the NBA.
Yeah, I'm gonna roast him based off sheer numbers.
Oh boy.
Just by the numbers, I'm gonna roast him.
All right.
So he comes to Houston. Well, no. His first exit was the Lakers for 1 year, which he gave
Oh,
that
that was
team.
horrible.
He gave that team AIDS.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was his first case of AIDS because we didn't know because Orlando sucked.
Yeah, that's true.
He had nobody there, and he got all the minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, any big man that is decent and is going to score 20 and 10 when he has all the minutes and all the firepower to do so.
True.
I mean, we've seen that happen so many times in the past. You've seen Mark Gasol, you've seen Pau Gasol, you've seen Amari
Brook
Stoudemire, you've
Lopez.
seen Brad Doherty back in the you've seen Brooke Lopez, you've seen so many people.
Mm-hmm. And Dirk,
Doesn't take much, and Dirk, but he's had a good team, and I love Dirk.
too.
So his first year, he goes to LA, averages 17 and 12, which those numbers aren't bad playing next to, you
Kobe.
know,
Yeah.
Kobe and Nash. And then his first year in Houston, I think he was playing off of a little bit of momentum,
Mm.
18 and 12.
Yeah.
And, not bad. I mean, those are definitely good in terms of like big man status. I think that was something we needed
Yeah.
for sure. But after that, I mean, 15 and 10, 13 and 11, 13, 12, he slowly has
Yeah.
decreased.
Definitely decreased.
And I think he's just started to realize he's not the player he thought he was.
Honestly, like it is kind of sad because like he was so dominant in Orlando.
He doesn't want the spotlight anymore. You
Yeah.
saw it when he went to the finals.
Mm.
Fairly certain he got swept. I think it was 09 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got
Of
swept.
course, that team is kind of bad too, but
I mean, you could say the same thing about LeBron, but instead of getting worse and shying away from the spotlight,
true.
what did he do? He went and created his own team, not a super team,
True.
just a team. And, he went and created that team and won championships. And Dwight Howard has done the exact opposite thing. And that 27 age, 25, 26, 27 age is really when people's true character comes out.
Mhm.
And we saw Dwight Howard's true character. He is not
And speaking
good.
of the Heat, they're retiring Chris Bosh's number.
Yeah, that's. I mean, poor guy with the heart disease, but
Yeah.
it's tough. I don't really know what to say on that.
Yeah. He didn't do a whole
No.
lot, but
And I looked it up real quick. That's why I was being quiet for a second. But so Dwight Howard came, and we increased by 9 wins,
wow.
8-4. Which, I mean, that's all right in the West. Once again, I said that was playing off momentum.
Yeah, it's pretty good though in the West. Won 9 games.
Yeah, that was before the Warriors were the Warriors, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean that was decent. Nothing too impressive though. Honestly, 9 more wins from a quote unquote all-star center, and we had a first round exit. That was very pitiful.
that was the Portland year. Oh
Yep.
gosh. Don't. Yeah, next year, please.
And the next year, bumped up 2 wins.
Mm-hmm.
And may I say, during this whole time, Dwight Howard's numbers and minutes had gone down, and James Harden had slowly increased.
Wow.
And then we lost in the Western Conference Finals that year.
Oh
I
wow, yeah.
do remember that.
To the freaking Warriors.
Yep.
After we came back from 3-1 against the Clippers, though, so I mean, at least that was
Yeah.
kind of like an exciting.
That year wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that year was not bad. The next year, 2015, 2016, was when he left. And he left us out to dry. So he finished with 41 wins, lost in the first round, blah, blah, blah. And then this year, we increase 14 wins, one of our largest increases I've seen in our franchise in terms of year by year.
Yeah.
And that was with nobody else, just James Harden.
Wow.
And Clint Capella stepped up and is averaging Dwight Howard numbers. So a guy like Clint Capella is
For
just
real.
as good as Dwight Howard, in my opinion.
I mean, and Clint's only gonna get better. Like once he starts like putting some post moves together, I'm very excited to see what he can turn into because he's still very young and he's like so athletic.
He is a little undersized, but his athleticism makes up for it.
Oh, definitely. And I mean, so on the Rockets, like Nene played so well for us. Like I was watching Game 4 highlights today from the Thunder series. Nene finished with 28 points and 10 rebounds that game.
Him and Lou Williams was our playoff team.
Like, and then like Nene got hurt and like obviously he couldn't play. So it's like, yeah, we got like beat up by the Spurs, but you know, it'd have been cool to see us like with Nene. Like Nene isn't like a game changer necessarily, but when he has his games, he definitely like just adds like that physical, you know, addition in the paint.
Yeah,
But I mean, same. I guess the Spurs could say the same thing. Like Kawhi got hurt and they still beat us. So I mean, you know,
that's true.
we just couldn't. Oh, that's stressful. I can't talk about it. Anyway, cool.
It's just such a weird time, yeah, in the West.
It really is. Like basketball has changed so much over the course of my life. Like honestly, like the 3-pointer has become so much more used. Teams have changed obviously, but just like super teams, like we've basically lived through the time where the super team like began basically.
We have.
Like no one else can say that except for everyone else alive. Anyway, well, I'm saying like it's like cool. Like yeah, it kind of sucks, but like you know, whatever. Back in the day, the NBA used to be like bang, but bang it inside and get 2 points. Hashtag Charles Barkley, and now it's like shoot like 40 something threes a game, make 24 of them, and you win the game by 30. And the freaking Warriors have Durant, Curry, Thompson, and freaking Draymond, fat looking self from Michigan State. So I mean,
Now everybody want to go play for the Heat and Lakers?
it's like
Let's get back to being competitive at these people's. I butchered that quote, but you get the point.
yeah.
That was a Kevin Durant quote from back in the day. The NBA used to be competitive. Kobe won 3 titles basically by himself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at his teammates. He had a Spanish guy who was a crybaby and a guy who disappeared for 2 weeks. So those were his teammates. And Derek Fisher sucks as a player and a coach. So
Wow.
if you're watching this, Derek Fisher, I love you.
There you go.
But yeah, the chances of that are slim. He's a little old for YouTube.
True.
But I don't know. I don't know what I can say about the super team thing. I like that it's making the rest of the freak out. This has been one of the coolest free agencies we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah,
I
'cause,
mean,
like, everyone's making moves, or like at least teams in contention, like to take down the Warriors, because they're literally like, you have to get through them to win the championship.
if you put a team with Westbrook and Paul George on it 5 years ago,
Oh, I know.
everybody would freak out.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do it now, and we're all like, oh, they may not even make it out of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Oh, I know.
That is
Yeah,
crazy.
This just in 17 minutes ago, Dion Waiters has agreed to return to the Heat on a 4-year deal,
Yep, so I think they'll make the playoffs.
so that the East actually kept somebody.
They did. But LeBron is, I mean, he's just easing back. He's going like, okay, I have another free ticket to the finals, add to my legacy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Here we go. I'm going to go for it. This is our first podcast. We need to make it the best. You need to attract viewers.
Oh, crap.
We're going to go with the LeBron Jordan debate right here, right now.
Oh, crap.
Here we go. I'll give my take.
Okay, here we go.
Skip Bayless, you can go
Skip
jump
Bayless.
off the truck
Oh
on a
my
highway
goodness.
into a lake.
Wow.
No. So what I'm saying here, are we talking best winner or best player? Because if we were going for best winner of all time, Bill Russell would be the best player, or Robert freaking Ory. If we were going best winner, see, it's not about. I think everyone uses the argument. Yeah, Jordan 6-0 in the finals. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's all right. What about 0-9 before that?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even make it to the finals. Jordan only had 6 finals appearances in his career. And LeBron has already had 7.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jordan was only on his 3rd, maybe 2nd or 3rd when he was at this age. So LeBron is going way farther than Jordan ever did.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, LeBron's a better passer. He's a better athlete. He's stronger. He's taller. I think he's a better team leader because Jordan had to get Pippen, another all-star to bring on his team. LeBron makes his teammates better.
True.
You're going to tell me that Eddie House is a good player? You're going to tell me that James Jones is a good player? You're going to tell me that Timofey Mozgov is a good player? You're going to tell me Mike Dellavedova is a good player?
Matthew. Mikey.
Did I say Mike?
Yeah.
I was on a rant.
It's all good.
They knew the last name.
True.
And, I mean, you're going to tell me that all these people are all-star players or they're good? No, they're not.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even close. They're actually terrible. LeBron makes his teammates better.
True.
He really does.
Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. So I'm on this website that's comparing, kind of like just all their stats. Not well, yeah, their stats and everything. Okay. This is my take. LeBron James is the best overall basketball player that has ever played the game. The best overall player. MJ was freaking ridiculously clutch. He was a scoring leader 10 times. Insane offensively. So here's the debate. I feel as if Michael Jordan, late in the game, on offense, I would want to have him more on the court, but only on offense. As an overall, I would rather have LeBron because I know that LeBron's going to give his all, and do the little things to help the overall team win. And that's why I would pick, if I had to pick a person to be on my team, like through any, like through all eras, best overall player, I would have to choose LeBron James because, like you said, he makes his teammates better. And what the play that's in my head is that block that he had on Andre Iguodala. I could not see MJ making that play, and LeBron made that play, and that led to Kyrie hitting that shot to win the game. So LeBron James has the edge over MJ in my head. So there you go.
Well, I think too. I mean, LeBron. Yeah, they said LeBron. It took more wins. It took more games to pass Jordan in the all-time playoff leading score, but he did it in less shots.
True.
Higher field goal percentage. You're looking at total stats here. LeBron is less than 4,000 away for his career, by the way. I think LeBron will finish the game as the all-time leading scorer, potentially. LeBron has more career rebounds than Jordan, already has more career assists than Jordan. He'll pass him in steals, he'll pass him in blocks, and he'll pass him in total games. He'll pass him in field goal percentage. He'll pass him in three-point percentage. He will not pass him in free throw percentage. That is very obvious.
There you go.
Points per game, he won't pass him in that.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel just total stats. LeBron he's just a stat sheet stuffer.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other way to say he's the most complete player we've ever
There you
seen.
go. What's insane? MJ in '87 averaged 37.1 points a game. That's insane.
That was nuts.
I would like love to watch him. It's like, I wonder if we'd feel different, like if we like been alive during both eras, but I don't know.
Well, there's people who will defend Jordan to the death.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'll say here, Sutter. This is what I'll say here. Doesn't matter what LeBron does. He could average 40 points a game for another 10 years and win 8 championships. People will defend Jordan to the death no matter what.
Definitely.
No matter what. He has the biggest following ever. And I think in terms of when you go into a debate, LeBron versus Jordan, people will choose Jordan way more often.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. But I just feel as if you will never be able to win the debate. Jordan will always win no matter how good anyone's gets.
Yeah, and also I feel like 30, 40 years from now, like when people actually like look back on it, I think maybe like a little bit more would pick LeBron because like if people that like lived in this era, you know what I'm saying? Because also like
Hmm.
all the media also helps this in our day and age too, in terms of like people being biased towards people because like the media
Yeah.
hypes them up and then they like want to jump on that and like ride it because like it's a cool thing and like you know what I'm saying? So
If you're talking rings too,
mm,
you're gonna say Tim Duncan's one of the best players of all time.
yeah,
You're gonna say he's a top 3 player, top 5. He's not even top 10 for me.
for real.
I mean,
I mean,
this is simple as it is.
I think LeBron could win at least 5 championships if he
That's why that LA move.
yeah
We'll see.
if
He's
he gets out of
gonna have to
Cleveland.
take the older guy
He
role.
honestly he needs to leave Cleveland. Like I don't like the team isn't fantastic.
He is gonna need to take the role that Dwayne Wade took
Mm-hmm.
when he went to the Heat
Mm-hmm.
for Paul George.
Like it's just like their team is not good enough to beat the Warriors. Like I mean, obviously, pretty much no team is, but
And I think LeBron could win another MVP.
mm, I mean, pretty much people like always is he like the MVP every year? So you know,
Yeah.
probably is, but people are tired of him like winning it, so they're like, oh, it's of course, and people kind of value different things like defense or points or
Or
so
averaging a triple double.
that's pretty impressive though. It's like, do you think Westbrook's numbers will go down because of Paul George being there?
I think they're gonna have to because Paul George, his usage, because Russell Westbrook had the highest usage rate in NBA history,
Yeah.
41%. No one's ever gonna top that again.
Mm,
But um, Paul George needs to have a lot of touches too. He's gonna be a guy that's gonna have to create his own shots too.
mm,
So Westbrook's usage rate is gonna go down. I think he'll still be a 28, 7 and 7 whatever guy, so
yeah.
almost triple double guy. But
Mm,
they're gonna take a dip, and
yeah.
I think their team will be better because of that.
Mm, definitely.
Because you worry about injuries and stuff when you get to that type of usage rate.
Mm. Boy, he's like such a freak. It's like ridiculous.
He is.
I want the blue snowball. Oh my goodness. All right, well, that's gonna be it for the first episode, I guess we're gonna call it, of our podcast here on Sports Season. That was mainly, kind of just basketball free agency talk, and topics are kind of broad and can change on any episode. But thanks for tuning in, guys, and come back next time for one more podcast. Peace out.
See ya.